Hello and welcome to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Today we're looking at some new cards coming out of Power of the Elements. These are for the Therions archetype. Therions Empress Erasia is a reptile level 8 Earth attribute monster with 2100 attack and 2500 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. 1. You can target one Therions or reptile monster in your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip it with that target. 2. You can discard one card, then target one Therions monster card in your spell and trap zone, special summon it. And 3, a Therions monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack and the second effect of this card's name. So the purpose of this card, it's a level 8 monster, so it's nearer one of their boss monsters, I'm guessing. Attack and defense are relatively equal. First effect, to just equip itself as a target to a Therions or reptile monster. It's quite decent because it just isn't built purely for the Therions archetype. It can actually be splashed into reptiles, and reptiles are one of those archetypes that have recently, through things such as the Venoms archetype, you've got the Ogdix archetype as well, they've recently gotten more reptile support. The secondary ability to discard this card just to simply target a Therions monster in the spell and trap zone and special summon it is also fine, because it just enables you to revive something else that you might need more than this card. Third effect just simply provides both the secondary effect as well as a 700 attack point boost. Those are all quite decent, but I'd argue it's quite simplistic effects. Even though it's got 3 effects, the first effect isn't really an effect, it's only really 2 and 3 that give it any bite. The second card is called Therions Irregular. It's a machine type effect monster. It's dark attribute level 10, 1600 attack and 2800 defense. You can only use the first, second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. 1. You can target up to 3 Therions monster in your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip it with those targets. 2. You can discard one Perpetual Engine yugioh system, destroy all cards your opponent controls. And 3. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon it, then equip this card to the monster it was equipped to. The purpose of the first effect is by equipping several of those Therions monsters to this card, they will all have their own individual effects depending on what you need, and the different situations you'll get different benefits from those cards. Secondary ability, just by getting rid of your Perpetual Engine yugioh system, you can just dismantle all of your opponent's cards. Quite decent unless they have destruction protection effects. And the third effect simply works in the reverse. When this is equipped, it can actually special summon itself, then equip this card to the monster it was equipped to, so it can actually both protect monsters and kind of bring itself out. It does have that flexibility. Therions as an archetype seems to be quite interesting, and I wonder what more support they'll get in the future. Overall, for the boss monsters, they're not that impressive. I think their attack is just a bit too irregular and seem to be more of support cards. Whatever you think, I'd love to hear in the comments down below whether you think these are going to be viable or not. And please have a look at the end screen video. This will show another video related to Power of the Elements.